Since they wanna know. Since they wanna know. I said since they wanna know.
Alright everybody, today we're going over one of the most basic movements. It's been around for years. We're talking about push-ups. Now, push-ups are an exercise that I see done wrong all the time, and we're going to try to stop it tonight. So we're going to show you how to do some really good push-ups. Now, Ingrid is here. She's one of my clients. She's been a client of mine for about 3 years now. She's going to help us show how we do great push-ups. But first, let's show everybody how they normally do push-ups. Let's show the bad push-ups first. Hands are normally really wide, outside the mat. Not going down very far, it's not a lot of movement, elbows are shooting out to the side. Please stop doing this. We're going to change this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get you set up in a really good push-up position. The first thing that we want to focus on is where our elbows are. Now, I don't know where everybody got the idea that we want to shoot the elbows out to the side, but that's not really where we want to be. Where we want to be is what I call the 45-degree rule. If this is a 90-degree angle, what we want to do is take our arms to about 45 degrees and the elbows are going to stay in that position. So that's basically as wide as we're going to let the elbows go. We have some freedom in here, but we don't want to let them shoot up to the top. The reason why that is because we really want to get our pecs to do most of the work, as well as the shoulder and the triceps. But out here, our chest really can't do a lot of the work, which is why people struggle with push-ups so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you set up inside the mat. Now, a mat is a really good idea to use because it's going to tell you where your hand should be. Now, you can notice Ingrid has her wrist lined up straight under the shoulder, and that's a really good starting position. If you start with your hands too far out in front, you're never going to be able to find the right ending position that we want. So now, strong position, her core is in tight, and her butt is nice and squeezed. So what we want to do is we're going to lower yourself down, and I want you to go all the way flat to the ground. So laying flat on the ground here, you can see her wrist is still right underneath her elbow. And we have this nice arm angle position there where her hands and her thumbs are just about right about outside of her chest. So nice flat hands. Now go ahead, tight core, go ahead, push yourself right back up. Excellent. Let me have you do 3 of those. Elbows down, right back up. Perfect. So the wrist position is one of the most important. What we don't want to do is what I always tell everybody is we want the belly button to be the last thing to touch the ground, and the belly button should be the first thing off the mat. So as you go down, keep that belly button nice and strong. Your chest should touch the ground first, belly button is last, then the belly button goes first. Excellent. Now do it the opposite way. Let your belly button be the last thing. Yeah, see that? What happens? Back caves, no lower back support. What that does is that actually puts twice as much weight on your arms. That's why that push-up becomes so hard. So if you want to get stronger and you want to tone your chest, shoulders, and triceps in the best way possible, keep those hands inside. So one of my favorite ways to take beginners and start progressing them through push-ups is having them do modified bar push-ups. Now we just take a fixed bar here and we're going to do everything the exact same, right? Stomach is still tight, squeezing the glutes, hands are in the exact same position, bar hitting right under the chest. Breathing in as we go in, out as we go out. Now, as we start to progress here, we can very easily make this more challenging by moving the bar lower. So now she's starting to do it down here, and eventually we get all the way to the ground and we're doing real push-ups. Now, I know what you're thinking, guys. If you're bench pressing, you're thinking, well, I bench press out here, so that's why I do my push-ups that way. Actually, you should be bench pressing in the exact same position that your hands are. If you want safe shoulders over the long haul and you want more power to define your chest, bring your hands in here. If she was lying on a bench press, her hands should be in almost the exact same spot. Okay? Maybe an inch or two, give or take, but around that 45 degrees, hands should be in the same spot. So bench press should translate to the push-up. Push-up is going to help your bench press. One way that I like to teach this and to get people comfortable with that new hand position is what I call a hand release push-up. So what we want to try to do is when she goes down, she's actually going to release her hands from the mat and then place them right back in the same position, and with power, she's going to push herself back up. All right, so let's go ahead. You're going to come down. You're going to pause for a second. Hands are up. She's going to place them right back down and power herself up. Let's do another one of those. Down. Hands are up. Power. Pushing right back up. Excellent. Now, what some people forget is the breathing on a push-up. We want to breathe in as we lower ourselves. Big breath out as we push out. Breathing in, big breath out as we push out. Excellent. Now, a second way that you can practice this is for people who are struggling with this first version is what I call just doing the negative. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to have you you bump up to your feet. Okay, we're gonna do the big ones now. But not everybody can do these. So what we wanna do is we wanna be really strict on the way down, and then we're gonna drop to our knees and finish the push-up on the way back up from our knees. So I want you to go nice and slow on the way down, perfect form, all the way down, knees drop, and we pop back up from our knees. Excellent. Back onto the toes, dropping down. Perfect. And you can repeat those for as many as you can. Eventually you may have to go just to the knees, but that's the way that you can start doing really good push-ups with that new elbow movement. I promise it's going to feel weird for a little bit, but if you start doing them in that form, I promise you're going to get stronger and your push-ups will improve. All right? No more elbows out. We're bringing the elbows in and we're getting quality push-ups. All right? Ingrid, great job.
Thanks.
Way to go, girl. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Let's see those new push-ups.
Since they wanna know, I said since they wanna know, here's the formula on O, now let's go. Oh, Trice the giant standing a 5'8" stature, back with his second album supplying your fear factor.